Hello, hello, everyone. It's Simone Ammons again, bringing you yet another webinar from Technical Writer HQ. Our lovely guest is having a little bit of technical difficulties joining our call today. So I'll spend some time just going over a bit of his background and see if he can join us as soon as possible. Bill, can you hear me? Okay, so we're gonna give him a few more minutes to join. Um, but in the meantime, I'm gonna share some of his amazing background with our listeners, so we can kind of get a feel of who we're talking to today. So today, as soon as he joins, Bill, one more time, Earth to Bill. Okay. But as soon as he joins, we'll talk more about his background. But he's been a technical writer for 36 years. Like, okay. When we first reached out to him, he talked about physically having to print pictures and copy. Let me read what he said. He said, when I first started back in 1988, I typed copy into columns, laid it out with the graphic artist, then had the text laser printed. He then literally cut and pasted the text and any photos or graphics to lay out the manual. I mean, has anybody done that? I mean, that is wild when I read that. So, how far we've come from like physically printing out text and graphics and photos, like using he said also he had like a team of people that would physically put like a paper manual together. I think we're so used to everything being on Microsoft Word or Adobe, Madcap, Google Docs. I think we take it for granted. Cut and paste used to mean cut and paste or copying and pasting. Um, let's see, Bill, have you joined us? Not yet, not yet. Okay, we're almost there. But I thought that was really fascinating over the last, I mean, 3, 4 decades to see how far technical writing has come. I mean, in the chat, if you want to drop some of the tools that you've used, that I think we take it for granted in the modern era. How useful and user friendly and digital the tools are. And I'm not even talking about AI. I'm just talking about just online, just everything online. I think Microsoft Word was a game changer when it first came out. And then now to everything's digital online. There's so many tools, different softwares. And then of course AI is next level, taking everything to the next level. He also talks about he actually went to the Navy. So he was hired by the Navy back in Houston. He had skills, that he leveraged over from one industry to another. I also jumped industries formerly as a process engineer. I was in the chemicals industry before moving over to the biopharmaceutical industry. And again, it was leveraging those skills. So as a technical writer, I've found that because I've come from a wide range of industries, it's actually informed my technical writing. It's made me able to do different types of technical writing. I can do the hard stuff that I like SOPs and manuals. And then I can do like blogs and articles and social media to an extent. But so for anybody on the call, I would say if you're jumping through industries right now, switching back and forth, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's only going to inform what you can write and how you can write, and take you to that next level. Okay, checking in with Bill one more time. Bill, can you hear us? Oh, I think you need to put your unmute yourself and then turn your camera on your phone. Oh, okay. We're gonna give Bill a few more minutes. This might be a very short webinar, to see if we can get Bill to tell us his story himself. Um, okay, still no Bill. Okay. So there's something else he shared with us. Let me just read here. He said 1 year ago, I was writing manuals for his current company, and their product line. Okay, one more time. Bill, can you hear me? Oh, when it rains, it pours. Okay. So he was saying 1 year ago, he was writing manuals for his current product line. He didn't have a lot of meetings that day. So as his coworkers sit within 30 feet of him and adjoining cubes, he would stand up and say, "Hey, can I have the latest demo software for the control screens?" And then to his senior programmer, and then he'll grunt, "On the way," and here comes the email. He installed it and made it work. Okay, Bill, are you here? No, okay. Um, and then after he wrote a section of the manual, if he's not familiar with the topic, if it's a new software, for example, he'll send that section back to the SME, subject matter expert, for review. And then after he actually created the manual, he'd send it back to the entire team for review. So that was that process back then where you could just call out to people like 30 feet away from you in an in-person situation. I would be interested to know like how many of us on the call actually still have an in-person environment that you work in for technical writing, or are you remote where it's no longer, hey, can you send me this document or these statistics, but can you ping me? Can you Slack me? Can you get me on Teams? I think email is still a thing when you want to get that information. But it'd be interesting to see what your environment has been coming from, maybe in person, more standard compared to now where everything is virtual and global. Even I've worked with a client as far away as Australia, and it was always at a midnight my time or midnight his time. It was wild, but it's interesting to kind of work with different people from different cultures, different countries, and hear what they had to say culturally from that perspective, and still be able to translate that, not just the technical content, but the being true culturally to where that content resides in where they're thinking, and capturing that authentically in the written document. So it was I mean, I wouldn't say I missed the crazy hours trying to match sync our schedules, but if that's something that you're able to do, work with different time zones, that's definitely a plus. I mean, now everything is global. It's a global marketplace. Software companies are popping up all over the globe. Your more traditional companies still need the help with manuals and technical writing. Being able to be flexible with different time zones is definitely not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. um I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get Bill today. So I'm gonna cut the stream just for today. We're gonna see if we can reconnect with Bill offline. Um, Drop it in the chat. Let us know if we can reconnect maybe in another 2 hours or so. We're gonna do some testing and make sure on the back end we can get Bill to come on and actually share his story. So sorry if you expected to hear the wonderful things that Bill had to share today. We're having some technical difficulties on his end joining. We're going to send something up maybe like in the next 2 hours or so, see if we can reconnect with him. And we look forward to hearing y'all joining us back on this platform. My apologies again. Things happen. That's the role of technical writing. You got to roll with the punches. I appreciate your time and look for another link coming out in the next 2 hours or so. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.